So I'm back again. I'm just trying to finish up my drawing. I'm kind of taking a little long route. Fortunately, I got a lot of work to do, and I'd like to get this done in 12 minutes, but that's probably not going to happen because I'm talking. So you're just going to watch me draw, and unfortunately, as I said, I can't see if anyone's talking to me. So please leave a comment, and I can maybe talk back afterwards and see what's up. Currently, I'm just going to finish this up because it's just a sketch, and I'm having fun, and that's all I can have. That's all I can really worry about at the moment. And oh man, I wish I just had the gear to do what I want to do. But it's kind of like, when you're if you're beginning and you're maybe if you're a an avid director who wants to be a director, but you go ahead and you buy all this equipment and then you never use it. It's kind of like that, videographer type stuff. So I'm still using the same type of brush I did previously. I like the scatter on it at the moment, and I'm sure that's going to change. Maybe I just feel that I can manipulate the line easier simply because I don't have to. It's not as solid a line. It feels more. What'd you call it? Whoops. Feels more. Man, I can't come up with a word right now. I'm running a brain fart. Do do. Very quiet right now. I'm just focusing on getting this line work done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of have the line go overlap the wings because I don't know how big the wings are going to be when I do the final. So I got the main body kind of drawn in. So now I'm going to work on the feet here. Go to Layer Editor and just add another layer so that if I don't like the feet, I can kind of move them. Oops, move them around there. Also, I need to go back to layers. I don't like the line right there. So I'm going to kind of thicken this one up right here and then go back here, close the layer. I'm only closing the layer because I'm working on a tablet that is slightly larger than an iPhone 7. And an Asus VivoTab. Again, I'm doing this simply because of budget. If you'd like to buy me some art, digital art stuff, I'm more than welcome to take it. I'll even give you a painting. My paintings are worth some money. Handmade, handcrafted wood panels. Not a lot of people have them because they're expensive. Not a lot of people want a painting of a jacked woman on who eats more protein than a tiger. No one wants that. Not a lot of people. Very, very niche market I have kind of established for myself. And by niche, I mean I have an almost absent market. I get a lot of praise for the uh, uh, the technique, the skill, but it's not something you want to hang in your dining room area and look at while you're having your family style spaghetti dinner with your relatives during Thanksgiving. Although it would be a great conversational starter. What is this painting of a who's this bodybuilder? Oh man, that's by a fellow named Matt Pearson. He likes to paint bodybuilders and gun bears and all kinds of fruits and veggies and he fascinating guy that Pearson is. He actually bodybuilds. Well, not really. He trains people on the side and he weight lifts. Fascinating guy. Blah. The only problem with this darn Sketchbook Pro is it's very pixelated. I wish it maybe it would be if I had a better screen. This doesn't have a high resolution count on this tablet. Has a very low resolution count. Again, not rolling in the dough as far as that. This is gonna be like a recurring theme. Me just bashing the tech that I have. From far away though, it looks kind of nice. How much time do I have left? Anyway, blowing raspberries. I'm almost done. Well, running low in time. But what I like to do is when I draw these Pokemon is I don't really just, hey, let's copy the actual image. I find source material for reference and then I kind of manipulate it to my own ends. Like this foot is not the foot that I copied from the image. I just wanted the main body. Yes, cancel. No. That's what happens when you have a small tablet. You run over, you brush your hand on top of the X out feature. Am I even streaming? I am streaming. On top of the X out feature, and it says, hey, you want to close this file? No, I don't want to close it. I'm just trying to draw. I wish that wasn't so sensitive to and I think I like the reason why I like this pen tool that I made a little bit is with the difference between the sketchbooks pen tools and their pencil is the only difference is in the pen tool when you keep your pen on the same area, it causes that bleed. With a pen, it leaves a steady dot, depending on how hard you press it. So the only difference is it's not creating that bleed point. But with this one, because it's kind of textured, I think it provides a more ample. It seems more realistic to me. Feels more like a pencil, although there's a lot that could be desired for it. I don't like the fact that it's that pixelated. Maybe there's something I need to look into. If anyone can find anyone have any advice, tutorials that they found that were beneficial to them, I am always seeking to improve what I do. Which is kind of weird because some people don't. I don't know if people talk about this that often. I don't think. I think there's a lot of artists, especially ones that get to a such a high level that they stop seeking advice on how to improve. And I think I said this in the previous one. The only ones that seek advice are the ones that whose jobs depend on it. You know, the art directors or curators or whatever. They are highly opinionated on the people that are there who are working for them. So I guess, but if you are a freelancer or independent contractor of sorts as an artist, you almost have to go seek it out. I was reading an article about John from this. I have an email list. I'm on an email list from this guy Bernard Carey. Interesting. I don't want to join into what he's talking about, but he has some good emails every once in a while. By the way, people that are on email lists, whenever you make people sign on email list, you need to not do a daily email list. You don't need to be sending out updates every time. Do like a bi-weekly or monthly. When you send emails every other day with information, you clog people up. They don't have time to digest all that information. It's just, and it to the point that it's almost like, geez, what do you think we need to just look at this stuff and giving us art advice and giving us books to read? Like, man, did you read all these books? Because you keep posting each one each day, a new one each day. Did you read all these books? That means you have probably the fastest reading ability I ever heard, unless you're like a speed reader, which great for you, but some people can't read a book every other day and then have a 5-book reading list and then tell everyone, oh, you should read this book. It's like, well, it's great that you have the time to read books, and when you go home at night, you are able to pop open a book and fall asleep, read that book. Great for you, but reality of it is, if you are unless you're already wealthy or something, or you're just a really fast reader, maybe I'm just really slow at reading. Like, something about me is when I read, it's like having a monologue inside my head. I don't know if I like that claw, but I'm not going to spend time adjusting it. It's like I have a narrator, and imagine the narrator speed narrating. That would be silly, right? So this is what I got so far. I kind of like it. It's nice. The claws are much better than the previous ones. There's still got a lot to do. I'm going to add another layers for the wings. For the wings, it's going to be a different layer. And then, actually, we'll do the layer, we'll do the wings next. And see if I have anything going on. I don't think I have any viewers. I'm not that cool. Yep, not cool enough to have viewers. Does this thing get saved? Okay, new layer. Wings. Let's zoom out a little bit so everyone can kind of see that I'm not just drawing contour lines. Anyways, I need to finish this. I've kind of prolonged this escapade to borderline super. It's a little longer than I wanted it to be. As I said, this is one of my goals, to kind of start broadcasting what I'm doing, showing people what I'm up to on a weekly basis, because I'm not one of those guys that can just sit down and do a 50-hour drawing in a week, because I dabble in a lot of things. I do drawings. I messing around with lino print. I'm also painting. I'm not just this one person that just does, oh, this guy does paintings of Johnny Depp or drawings of Johnny Depp with colored pencil. No, I'm trying to be better than I am and more adept. And I guess the reason why I'm drawing digitally now is, well, not just to improve, to make myself more acceptable, well versed in, and give myself more visual prowess. But I need to make myself more available, more open for people to possibly use my abilities. And unfortunately, today's a lot of, or at least my opinion, or at least this is what I'm kind of gathering, is a lot of illustration is done through digital means. And as I said earlier, no one. I'm kind of typecasted in this type of genre. What I've been doing lately is basically just I don't like how I digress. I don't like how this is kind of sketchy, but I'm going to keep it like that simply because of time constraints and because this is supposed to be a sketch, not really a developed drawing. One of my goals is also to improve digital painting and take on more freelance gigs. And this is a way of building up building up my skill level and kind of building up my portfolio to say, hey, I'm decent enough to draw you a picture of a Pidgeotto. You know, after this, I'm gonna be doing a self-portrait of myself, and then I'm gonna be doing this freelance gig that I've kind of locked in, which is kind of nice. So it's kind of nice knowing that I have something available, something that's going to put money in my wallet, and put food in my belly, because this guy eats a lot. Just got to eat that food, you know. My only worry when I do these Pokemon 7 times, a different one each week, is you get kind of you get into a rhythm of drawing your Pokemon specifically to your kind of nuances. Um, like that beak, I've kind of drawn over and over again. Those claws kind of look similar to the previous ones, and I worry that this repetition is not necessarily constructive or going to improve or push me further because I'm kind of getting comfortable with the source material. I can say though I have improved substantially, at least with using a tablet. Because at first I was like, man, I can't even draw a straight line. I can't even get these things to look good. It looks awful. Now, not that this goes to say I had some practice. I changed the brush settings a little bit, although that might be a little cheating. All I got to say though is my neck hurts from drawing. I need a table. Probably one of my next things to do is to get a illustration table to draw. Get this out of here. Stop that. Get out of there. We don't want you there. To draw from, because getting a little, my neck's kind of getting a little tender here from bending down, and I had my neck bent down on this kitchen table so I could make these drawings. Of course, the tablet I have a little case on it that has one of those, those little features that allows the tablet to kind of flip up a little bit at a slight angle. But it's getting a little bit too much to kind of use. I'm not going to lie, I'm pretty hungry right now. I haven't eaten breakfast. I just had about 4 or 5 cups of coffee. I don't have any sugar though. I think I had some honey previously, a little bit of honey, little bit of honey and some milk to kick that coffee up a notch. But earlier my hands were shaking because of the amount of coffee, and because I was to put this on the interwebs, because there's such good stuff out there, um, but I think the other thing is though, it's kind of like Instagram in the sense that when you see those people that are posting these photos of themselves and they look gorgeous, they don't post the other 5,000 photos of themselves that didn't turn out well. Now, with this, I'm not really hiding anything. I'm not hiding the fact that I'm not as adept as others, or I'm not hiding the. I'm not hiding. What am I not hiding? I'm definitely not hiding eggs. I'm not hiding the fact that this isn't the best that it could be. I'm not hiding. I'm not trying to hide my abilities. I know where my abilities stand. I'm pretty good. I'm decent. Decent enough to do this and make wings look kind of like wings. This left one, Pidgeot's right wing, I'm gonna have a little bit of trouble because I don't know. It's okay. Zoom in, 4,000. Boom. 400%. 100. Not bad. Whee! Anyways, I gotta go back and finish this. I really gotta get going. Let's work right here. I think that's the wing right there. Another thing is the goal of doing this is, well, I want to learn how to articulate art a little bit better. I teach art, and oftentimes I have trouble describing things or describing art to people. And I think the reason why is because when I'm doing that, I feel like I'm just describing what everyone else is seeing. And it becomes kind of not necessarily annoying, but it's like, why do I have to say, look at that line, that's a good line every time, or look at how this person did that. And unfortunately, you almost got to be, when you're a teacher, you got to be really good at English skills or descriptive words, and that just goes with gosh darn it, that just goes with reading and improving your vocabulary, but also, no, you just being able to describe stuff is a skill in itself. I don't know if I should do that, but who cares, right? I'm not too sure about this, the width here, but I'll keep it like that. I'm just kind of making it up. It doesn't matter. It's just it's whatever. So I need to get it done. Take what I learned from the thing and then take what I learned and do improve the next time. So after this, I'm gonna totally eat some food. Um, I was watching a Norm Macdonald comedy episode on a comedy thing on Netflix last night, and very funny. He was talking about his life, and he was making a book, and it turns out that all his life was just him thinking about and looking and finding food. Or, of course, I'm not executing that joke to its highest capability, but that was a funny little idea, And that's really what we kind of do. Is like, so what do you think about getting today? Oh man, I'm thinking about making some eggs, some broccoli, maybe put some spinach in there, some cheese. Woo-wee. Then who knows what's gonna happen? I don't know. Maybe after that, I'll go work out, then have some protein powder that tastes like chocolate, chalk with some chocolate in there. I'm making generic wings here. Oh gosh, yeah, I'm making them quite generic. That sucks. That's fine. I'll deal with it. I'll just accept that it's not the best that it can be. Maybe I do a little bit. I'm not going to spend that much more time on this, because it really, it's past the point of no return. These feathers kind of look like armpit hair, which I'll just accept. We'll accept it for now, simply because these are only supposed to be 30-minute sketches, and I've invested enough time right now to do a few of them, and that's fine. We'll just leave it like that. Good enough. Okay. We're going to blah 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 blah. We'll my only biff right now is that's so scratchy. Like, it's the spacing's a little too far spaced, more than I'm comfortable with. Why I'm getting so critical right now? Normally I'm not. It's like normally at the 30-minute mark, I'm like, I gotta go. Time to leave. Got things to do. Nope. Another thing about having a Asus tablet is It's very difficult to we'll, add this. Very difficult to. It's not really precise, like uh, where my stylus kind of goes. It's actually like an eighth of an inch lower than my actual where the tip of my stylus is pointing. So that's another funny thing about this. Like I'm not where I'm drawing is not necessarily where my stylus is pointing at, and that's because I got like $100 whatever this is. I don't remember how much I paid for this tablet. I know that it was cheap and that it had pressure sensitivity, and a fellow colleague who I don't know personally. I found him on penciljack.com. And the reason why I got on Penciljack is because I wanted to find some people that I could. At the time, I wanted to use a forum. Unfortunately, with the way life is, if you're an active artist, no one really tells you this part. No, if you're an active artist, when you have an active artist who's actively putting this stuff on Facebook and stuff, and they're showing these videos, what most people don't take into account is how much time is outside. Like, so if these people are doing a 100-hour drawing or 100-hour painting or 30-hour Illustrator thing, um, and they're promoting themselves, their weeks are longer than your weeks. It's amazing how much that like self promotion adds up. Artists don't have 9 to 5s, and that's something that people don't really think about. They don't have a 9 to 5. They have let's say an artist has a 9 to 9 minimum, and then they have a 6 to midnight. Right? They have a 6 a.m. to midnight. Now, I don't have that because I take breaks to exercise and I have other jobs. But those working professionals out there, my gosh, man, they earn every bit of money that they get. And when people say that they don't consider it a real job, it is a job. It is a lot of work. It's a lot of strain on your friends and families, especially if you don't actively pursue seeing your friends and family. And the problem is, no one's going to make the work for you. So whenever your friends are watching games or playing games or watching sports or whatever it be, you're playing around with this and perfecting your craft. It's very, very time consuming. So I think this is done. I'm gonna do something I normally don't do. Let's just put a little signature. I don't have any good, cool signature. I just have a really, really bad. Right. Oops, that's terrible. No, I don't even want a signature. Not anymore. Actually, I do. There we go. P for Pearson, or I can put pi. You got a little pi. Right? No, we don't do that. I don't like this. I already hate it. That's good. We'll just erase this. Well, anyways, thank you very much for, if anyone was viewing this and has any comments or suggestions or any links that they find that I could look into to improve my craft, or any type of pencil making, brush tool tutorials, or what they found was helpful when they're pursuing their art career or pursuing their art adventures, please feel free to comment. If you have if something negative, I guess you can say negative stuff, but you're really just saying, I have enough time in my life to say a negative comment and say mean things towards that person. And what you're saying is you have no life yourself to be able to have time and post negative comments. and then you're living vicariously through someone else. I'd rather have someone say a negative comment that has constructive criticism that actually makes me a better artist than just say your Pidgeot looks like bird that has Medusa tendrils on its head and sucks. Yep, you're probably right, but that doesn't benefit me in the long run. But my goal is to improve, obviously. And if you looked at my earlier stuff, oh gosh, this is the way I just pursue the drawing is light years ahead of what it was. And this is just only this year. As I said, I'm a decent draftsman. I just need to know how to use these tools better. And that's one of my goals. And I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a decent Pidgeot. Not the best, not the worst. Mediocre, I'd say. I'm sure if I were to, if I knew the vocabulary of digital drawing, I'd probably be so much better. And if I just knew how to utilize textures better, that'd be something I could do. If I know how to utilize textures better, I could improve substantially. I like to keep the blue trace as the final, simply because I don't want to. It adds like an undertone. I'm not too happy. See, like that's that's a good line drawing, but because of the spacing of my lines, it looks kind of transparent. It needs to be bolder. So I like to keep the blue in there to add that bold line quality. But it's okay. It's not bad. I'm gonna X out of this. Thank you very much for watching, and I will do more in the future.